Good morning and greetings from Northumberland. As you can see, it's a darker morning and it's windy and slightly rainy outside, so a big change for us. Today, the Gospel has Jesus putting the child in the centre and saying, "You must welcome a child and then you will welcome me." And today we also celebrate St. Vincent de Paul. St. Vincent de Paul lived and died in the early 1600s, I must apologise for my cold. It is still a cold. I've taken another test this morning. People keep asking me, so I have to keep reassuring them. St. Vincent de Paul was born in 1580, I can't quite remember, and died in 1660. He was a French priest, came from a poor family, was educated by the Franciscans. And then from about 1600, he began to take a greater interest in those on the edge of society. People who were galley slaves, people who were poor, people who were on the edges of society. And he gained the authorization eventually to form a society that some called the Society of Lazarists, who cared for those who were on the edge. And he continued this ministry throughout his life. Continued this ministry throughout his life until his death in 1660. And still in many Roman Catholic parishes in this country and throughout Europe, there are societies of St. Vincent de Paul, the SVP. And their role is to continue to encourage Catholic Christians, Roman Catholic Christians, to take notice of the poor and the needy among them and throughout the world. Vincent, of course, emphasised part of Jesus' teaching. That teaching that's also reflected in the importance of a little child. That teaching that's also reflected in the importance of everyone who is poor and vulnerable. That Jesus comes to reach out, to challenge by his reaching out the presuppositions and the evils of our society that so often make the weak and the poor the most vulnerable. Jesus reaches out to them. Jesus acknowledges this bias to the poor, as David Shepherd, the great Bishop of Liverpool, said, that these people have a special place in God's heart and that they should have a special place in our heart as we seek to reach out to them today and every day. May God bless us all.